Glenn, welcome.
How you doing?
I'm well. I want to know your background because a lot of the people, you don't really necessarily go to school to learn television promotion. You are an artist in your own right, and that sort of informs your job. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I went to art school in Massachusetts there. Actually, I just kind of fell into TV when I moved to Texas here.
Did it hurt when you fell on?
It did. Yeah. It hurt. It hurt hard. I actually was working for a different company that had nothing to do with TV, and I got transferred over here, and after a year that got let go, and then somehow ended up here. And I've been here for 16 years now.
But so your artist is, your art, as opposed to being maybe a musician or a poet or something like that, is visual arts. What was your training in school?
Basically, I have a degree in illustration.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm just always trying to look at the world creatively, and I think that kind of helped me fall into promotions. So I'm trying to usually think outside the box for things. Yeah.
And talk about, I'm not going to say how old you are, but it's a very different world from when you were maybe in school with regard to computers to what is there now. Yes. Did you have to go through a learning curve for that, obviously, but what advice would you have for students who are thinking, hey, I'm a visual artist, what do I need to do in computers?
Yeah, and actually I think I graduated from college at the worst time because it was right when computers were starting up, and so basically everything that we learned was null and void by the next year, so everything was going to computers. But I used to always mess around with mixing computer audio, just musically, and so I don't know if I think a combination of that and the art kind of helped me fall into promotions, because we're just basically cutting and pasting video and audio here.
So you really, for me too, I don't think you can underestimate the importance of being computer literate today. Because I think I had a similar experience to you. When I was in school and computers started to work their way into the school, I kind of looked at that and I went, I don't think I'm going to need that. And as time went by, I realized that I really, really did. And I had to catch up quite a bit. So can you comment on that?
It's all computers these days. And
And now we're going to talk a little bit about advertising and what that means to the station and how they get made. Britt Milstead, who is the Director of Sales, and Alex Madsen join us now. We're going to start first with Britt. Britt, tell us a little bit about what you do here and what role it plays in the station.
Okay. Well, with advertising, we basically help small businesses grow their business, and so it's really the lifeblood of what we do here. For the fact, as far as the revenue goes, we're primarily the only revenue source that there is for the station, so it's very important that we are able to bring in enough revenue that we can pay for different things throughout the station.
So in other words, you make money to make everything else happen.
We sell advertising so that we can make everything happen. So that's basically how that works. But the great thing is we go out and we deal with businesses. We get to know their business. We understand what their goals are, because every business is going to be different. They have different goals. They have different things that they need to be doing, whether it be a sale or it's just getting their name out to the public. And so we'll go and we'll have a conversation with them, and then we'll talk to them about how we can help their business grow.
We are absolutely in the nerve center of the station right now. We are surrounded by computers. As you can probably hear, there are multiple channels running. This is Master Control, and Tommy Hickey joins us now to tell us what that is and what it does at the station. Tommy.
Okay, hello, Ann. Hi, guys. We're in Master Control right now, and actually we have three television stations that we run. Right up here, you'll see KFDX Channel 3, KJTL Fox 18, and KJBO Channel 35. Okay. As you might imagine, we are on 24/7. We have 3 TV stations, so that equals about 26,000 plus hours of programming we have to do every year.
Wow.
So on Channel 3, we have about half of the time on network, which is NBC. Right over here, we have...
And Tommy, that's going to be programs like the Today Show and things that are not filmed here in Wichita Falls.
Correct. Everything else will be local, or it'll be shows that are syndicated. We have on here Dr. Phil. We'll have Rachel Ray, Steve Harvey. Over here we'll have Hot Bench, Hot in Cleveland, things like that.
So do you sit here and just watch TV all day, or what is your role here?
Well, sometimes you kind of do. You sit here and watch it and make sure we make sure that the program is clean, that it's clear going out, because everything passes through here, goes through the transmitter, and then goes up and is dispersed around our area for people to watch.
The main part of production is our switcher. The director sits here. She tells everybody what to do. We punch everything up. We have 3 cameras. They're not set up right now, but we have 3 cameras, and this is where we bring up graphics. We bring up everything that the DECA op sends us. We're control. We watch all these. We monitor them. Camera 1, 2, 3. We have a newsroom cam. It's a lot on the plate for a director.
Okay, so tell me, as we walk this way, how what the director does differs from master control. They cover the entire station or the entire network, yes, and you cover just broadcasting, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, we do everything, like I said, behind scenes. Master control, they get all satellite feeds, and a lot of times they will punch in satellite feeds for us, and we can punch them on air. We just have to communicate with each other. But as far as this back here, okay, our producer sits right here. She's in charge of, producing all the shows, telling us what camera shots come up, stuff like that. We have our teleprompter, which is a very important thing, especially for the anchors. They read off this teleprompter, and we just have to scroll with their pace, This is the actual afternoon one. This was Brenna was reading this. But that's the teleprompter. Our main job is to keep up with the anchors, try not to mess up, because we mess up, they mess up.
We're here. This looks like something I've seen at a concert before.
Yes, it actually is. It's a concert mixer, but we do use it for a lot of our main audio. We have all our mics, 1 through 6. We have a newsroom mic. The producer PC, if they ever want to play video, that's another option. We can play video from the producers. But this is our main audio. The audio person is in charge of mic checks. We got to get levels, make sure the levels are right. Not too high, because if it's high here, everybody hears it and they're screaming. The audio person has a very important job as well.
This is Doug Bilyeu, who's the news director. Of course, you can't have a news station without news programming. Doug, because you're so tall and I don't want my arm to get tired, I'm going to give you this mic and you're going to show us around. You ready?
I'll give you a quick little tour. Okay. Thanks, Ann. All right. We're in the newsroom, and the newsroom actually got a renovation back in 2013, and so everybody has computers on their desk. A long time ago, we had edit bays where we did tape-to-tape editing. Now all of the editing process, as well as the producing process, takes place at the desktop. So everything is electronic editing. We are nonlinear editors. It all takes place right here at the desktop. So as we take a little bit of a swing around here and take a little tour of the newsroom, we have producers. We have Gwen Bevel, who is my co-anchor and assistant news director.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for stopping by.
All right. As we're flying back down here, we've got our producers. We've got Katie. We've got Brittany. Hi, guys. Hi. Getting ready for the 6 o'clock and the 5 o'clock shows this afternoon. We've got Kinsey and we've got Chris and Matt. We've got reporters in here that are getting started on putting together the reports that we'll have in the shows as well as online today. And there's Ann again. She's making her way back around. The assignment desk right there, who Larry, our assignment editor, is off to lunch right now, but he'll be back shortly. And Barry, back in the corner, is our social media producer, and he is hard at work on social media and getting stuff online. So a big process in the news making of each and every day for sure.
Every day I call it organized chaos, and somehow we get the program on the air. Sometimes I don't know how we get it done. This is the weather wall. This is the shot that you would see me or Brian or our new weekend meteorologist, James Stanley, standing in front of. I'm going to show you a little trick about this, though. We're not standing in front of weather maps. Cody, can we widen the shot and show the whole picture here? I'm standing in front of what's called a chroma key wall. There it is here. It's this big giant green wall, and when you see it in this perspective, there's nothing on this. It stays green in the studio. I can't see the weather maps by looking back. Now they've turned it on, and so what happens is the camera and the production equipment electronically remove the green and then insert the output of one of the weather computers. And so what we do is we turn around and we're looking to point at something. Well, we're not looking right here. There are monitors on either side. This is a television right here, and that way I get to see the mixed version of what we're showing you, and that's the way it looks right here. And so that way, when I say, okay, I'm going to point to Texoma or some other part of the region, then I can do that by looking at one of those television monitors. You have to be very careful when you're the weatherman, though. You can't wear anything that's green. Remember I said the green disappears electronically. So if you wear something that's green, it's going to disappear. And we have a little demonstration of how that works. I can never wear a green tie. Come back to the chroma key shot and we're going to wrap it up. Before I do this, I want to thank everybody for watching, all the schools. I want to thank Region 9, Kemp Center for the Arts, and of course the Pretty Foundation. This is a little trick that we show if you come visit the studio. I'm going to say goodbye by disappearing. Thanks for joining us.